everyone. I'm John Evans. Welcome to another episode of One on One. I've really looked forward to talking with this week's guest, Alex Highsmith, for a long time. Many of us have watched Alex grow up. My wife and I know his parents, Sam and Pam, and they are good people. Alex has really made himself into a professional football player. Was not highly recruited coming out of Ashley High School. The team didn't win a game his senior season. He wanted to go to Charlotte. He walked on there and then earned a college scholarship, and in his senior season was named third-team All-American. The Pittsburgh Steelers drafted Alex in the third round, and he played in every game as a rookie, started 5 of them, had 48 tackles, 2 sacks, an interception, and by all accounts, it was a successful NFL rookie season. But if you know Alex Highsmith, you know he's never satisfied. He's using that chip on his shoulder mentality to get even better. Now that you're in the off season, what does an NFL player do? Are you just sitting on the beach every day now and waiting for the season to start, right?
Yeah, well, not doing that. Still working out and stuff like that. It was good. As soon as the season was over, I got to go back home and see a lot of my family and friends. So that was really awesome. And so, as for right now, it's back in the grind. So I'm here in Charlotte, doing my training. A lot of guys go to different places. So some guys, go to Florida. Some guys go to California. Some guys go back when they're from. So, I'm Charlotte's, kind of native to me and just the whole state of North Carolina. So I found a good place to train up here, and so this is where I'm going to be for my off season.
Is it a different kind of training now, though, Alex? I mean, is it now pretty much just keeping yourself in shape as opposed to what you do during the season?
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That's what it is. It's basically right now it's just speed and strength training. So nothing, and position training as well. So like skill training, but nothing like we're not actually like practicing football. We're practicing and mastering our craft, doing position drills and stuff like that. But it's different. We're not in an organized team setting as of right now. So it's really just speed, strength training, and then doing position drills, just trying to master your craft.
What do NFL fans and football fans really not know about NFL and the life of an NFL player? Because I think they believe that, you guys go out there on Sunday and then you practice a couple times during the week. But now that you've had one season under your belt, what's one of the biggest things the fans do not know about the life and what you guys do to get ready every week?
Really, a couple main things. I'd say the first thing probably the toll that it takes on our bodies. After on Mondays after waking up from a game, you feel like you got in a car wreck. If you play a lot of plays and stuff like that, your body's really hurting. And so definitely that, and also the film study. There's I feel like people who watch football don't know all the hours and extra time put in to study the film. Because you can go out there and practice all week, but if you don't know your opponent, know it's going to come, then you're not going to make plays on Sunday. And so I think so a lot of people don't really know the extra work that a lot of us put in.
Because it's not all on the field. I mean, you guys have, defenses have schemes just like offenses have schemes, so you've got to know where you're supposed to be because, if not, then you're putting a lot on another guy behind you or the guy next to you.
Yeah, for sure. That's where it starts. You got to know the playbook. That's something that helped me when I went in is knowing the playbook and knowing the scheme so that whenever I was in, I was able to, not only make plays myself, but help other guys make plays. Not every play, I'm not going to make every play, but a lot of times, if I do my job, I can make the play for somebody else. So that's what it's all about.
Grade your rookie season for me, Alex. Started 5 games, an interception, 2 sacks, 48 tackles. But I know you're tough on yourself. So grade it for me overall.
Overall, I give it a C-. I know it can be a lot better. So, I'm just saying that, because that's the attitude I have. And no matter how good I play, I always feel like I played as a C-, because I always want to be able to get better. And so I think that's just the mindset that I'm going to have and just going to continue to have every game. No matter if I get 3 sacks in a game or 0 sacks, I know I can always play better. And so that's just I feel like, whenever, a lot of guys, feel like they get to this level, they think they've made it, they think they've made it and they don't want to really work much harder. So I think that's the thing for me, just continue to have my work ethic, just continuing to be humble and, just always know that I can get better.
See, I told everybody at home that you were going to be tough on yourself. C-. I thought maybe you give yourself a C+ at least anyway.
I feel like, as a rookie, I feel like I went in and did a good job, for my lack of preseason and stuff like that. But I know I can be much better, and so that's I'm looking forward to getting better for making that leap from year one to year two.
You're a pro athlete now, and a lot of people talk about pro athletes, even your teammates. Bud Dupree, who's an all-world linebacker for the Steelers. Let's agree on that. This guy's all-world guy here. He says Alex is always asking questions and trying to imitate some stuff that we do just to make sure that he's doing it correctly. He's ahead, doing really well. He's a smart kid, very athletic. When somebody like Bud Dupree says that, where does that go on Alex?
It means a lot, it just gives me a lot of confidence, to hear from someone like Bud. It was just awesome, so awesome this year to be able to learn from him and TJ. The best edge rush duo in the game. So to be able to get drafted by the Steelers and learn behind those two guys, man, it was just a blessing. And I'm just thankful, for both of them, because anytime I had a question, anytime I was asked them something, they would be open to respond and open to help me. And so, yeah, it was awesome just being able to learn from both of those guys for sure.
Now, somebody else talking about Alex Highsmith, Pro Football Focus, released their breakout candidates for 2021, and they believe outside linebacker Alex Highsmith is in for a big year. The difference in somebody like that talking to you, what do you have to do with information like that?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's cool, that they said that. I do believe that I'm going to have a breakout year, but ultimately, I kind of like to block out the noise outside. I just like to focus in. I really like to hear what my teammates have to say and my coach have to say about me. Because that's really what matters. And so I'm just going to keep my nose down, just keep grinding, just continue the best that I can be, so that I can have that breakout year next season.
You went from Ashley to Charlotte, which is a step up, and then you go from Charlotte to one of the storied franchises in the NFL. Alex, was there a time, or maybe take me back to that first time, that you went, whoa, this is an entirely new level of football than I'm used to?
Yeah, I think honestly, I felt like when I went in, I knew that I belonged, but it definitely was a lot faster than it was in college. When we started camp and we started, those first few days of camp, and then we had our first few plays in the playbook we were running, and that's kind of was like, okay, this is different. I really got to study more, and because I know that the more you know your playbook and the more you know your plays, the faster you'll play. So that's just really the first starting camp. Everything was pretty fast, but I felt like the more reps I got in practice and the more reps I got in the game, it just kept slowing down for me. That's something I was proud of myself. Throughout this year, as I kept getting more reps, the game slowed down for me. So I look forward to it's slowing down a lot for me next year.
Yeah, but there had to be a time maybe where somebody made a play and Alex is back there and you went, whoa, dude, I'm in the NFL here. I'm no longer on the back lot at Ashley High School.
Yeah, I think, man, there's a bunch of guys. I can't remember what exact moment, but there was a bunch of guys, especially the receivers, catching balls over DBs. I was like, these guys are for real, and seeing DBs and make plays as well. And I remember the first day of hitting, it was pretty physical. So I was like, oh yeah, I like this. And so I'm definitely at a new level.
I like this. That was what went through you.
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, that's what you got. You got to love being physical. You got to love to hit people in football. So you got to have that person inside of you come out when you're on the field, for sure.
Did you get the rookie treatment at all? And when was the rookie treatment? How did Alex get treated with that? We always hear stories of you got to pick up everybody's towel or all that other kind of stuff. What was the rookie treatment you got?
I got called Rook. I had to get snacks for guys for meetings and stuff like that, and everyone loves sunflower seeds, so I had to get those, and I had to buy a couple of things for some of the guys as well. So that's probably my rookie treatment, was just getting stuff for other guys.
You didn't get taped to the goalpost or anything like we see some of those?
No, nothing like that.
Put it this way, I don't know who's big enough to tape Alex Highsmith to a goalpost anyway. You played against some legendary players in your first year. Was it any case of awestruck, or do you just have to put that out the window and say, these are guys just like me?
It was really cool, to be able to go into a locker room with so many, Hall of Fame guys, guys like Ben, guys like Pounce, future guys like Cam, and Tuitt and TJ and Bud and those guys. And so it was just awesome being able to see them and just like, especially I remember it was our first team meeting. It was over Zoom because we were COVID and stuff like that. And I was like, yo, like that's those guys. And so that's kind of when it sunk in for me. It's like, I'm really in the NFL. And so it was awesome, to be able to talk to those guys, guys who are gonna who are Pittsburgh Steelers greats for sure.
Yeah, it's a small club that you're in right now as a professional football player.
Yeah, it's definitely a blessing for sure. I'm just thankful and blessed, that God has put me in this position and blessed me with the ability to play the game that I love for a living.
Yeah, there you go. When was the first time you may have noticed that the NFL is a business? You played it for fun in high school. You're obviously working hard. Then you go to Charlotte. You're trying to get yourself to the level where you can get to the pros. But was there an awakening that this is business?
I think it was camp, when there were guys, who were there one day and then we're gone the next. I think that's just the nature of this business is, your job's never secure. So you always got to keep that chip on your shoulder and keep working, because there were some guys that would be there for a day and they'd be gone the next. And so that was kind of a wake up call to me. This is a business, you really got to take it seriously and give it everything you got.
Okay, I'm going to show everybody here at home, and then I'm going to show you as well that.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
Take
yeah.
a look. My wife bought me one of these, and
Nice.
The question I have to go to is, when's the first time you saw your name like that on the back of someone's shirt, and what kind of thoughts or feelings did that bring up to you?
Like with the Steelers?
Yeah.
It was really, when my parents, got their jerseys. I remember they got their jerseys and they were wearing them, the first night, the first game, and just seeing them wear my jersey and with my name on the back, it was just a special feeling, something I'll never forget. So it was just awesome to see them wear my jersey and my girlfriend and her family as well. So that was just a blessing to be able to see.
Well, truth be told, my wife Sheila, who wears her Highsmith shirt every Sunday now, I got to tell you, used to let you out of the car when your grandmother, Ernestine, brought you to Holly Tree Elementary School. So she has her Alex stories. And there are a lot of people, your grandmother, your mom, and your dad, who played such a vital role in bringing up Alex the right way and teaching you that hard work pays off. Can you ever say thank you enough to those people, those loved ones?
I can't, they've meant so much to me and they supported me so much and I love them so much and so thankful for them, like when I got my mom, the car a couple of weeks ago, I told her, this, you're so deserving of this and so much more. And so I'm so thankful for them and all they've done for me in my life, and I'm just, excited to give it back to them, for all that they've done.
And then Ernestine goes viral video when you get drafted.
Yeah, the dance. Yeah, she went viral. Everyone loves her.
Did you get any feedback
awesome.
from any of the teammates about that afterwards?
I don't know about the teammates, because I just got drafted and they didn't really know any of the guys. But I remember my dad was posted on Twitter and on Facebook and stuff, and people commented on his posts like crazy. So it was a lot of reaction from the fans for sure.
And that's really cool because she, what a special lady she is, and what she's done for you. But did they ever have to bring you down a peg when Alex may have been a little high on his horse? That I'm a Pittsburgh Steeler. Yeah, I play in the NFL or anything like that. Did they ground you when you needed to be grounded?
I mean, I don't really ever think I, get to that point. I'm never gonna let my I'm never really gonna have an ego. I always try to remain humble in all that I do. I know that it's a blessing to be in this position. I know that I was placed here by God. Not to just bless myself, but to be a blessing to others. That's what it's all about. And so I'm just excited to be able to give back and to the city of Wilmington, to Pittsburgh, and to the city of Charlotte as well.
Now, coming out of Ashley, well, we've done this story many times, is that you were not highly recruited. Looking back at it, do you think that actually helped you?
Yeah, it did. Not being recruited, helped me to really gain that walk-on mentality as soon as I got to college. Being a walk-on, that's something that I feel like I'm going to carry on for the rest of my life, and all that I do, just the work ethic that I have. And so I'm thankful that I took that path that I took, because it helped me to become the player and the man that I am today.
Yeah, you've always played like you've had something to prove. From the day you put that uniform on at Ashley, it seemed like you always had that mentality.
That's definitely, I think that's what I got to carry on for the rest of my career in the NFL. I've always got to be willing to prove something. No matter how good I do, no matter if I'm win Defensive Player of the Year, 3 years in a row or something like that. I've always got something more to prove, and so that's just the mindset that I'm going to continue to have.
This is an interesting story that I heard is that you played at Ashley, but actually a connection to Hoggard helped you get to Charlotte, right? I didn't know this until recently.
Yeah, so when I was at Ashley, Scott Braswell was still there at Hoggard, and his son Scotty Braswell Jr. was a GA at Charlotte. I really looked into Charlotte, and I really wanted to go there, and went to camps over the summer and stuff like that. And they showed some interest in me, and they couldn't really get to him, so I had Coach Braswell. He reached out to Scotty for me, and we got my film to Scotty, and Scotty showed it to the rest of the staff at Charlotte, and it kind of he showed it to them, and they got a spring game invite, and then after that, I found out I was going to be on the team in July of 2015. I'm pretty sure July, and so I walked on the first day of school and just ran away with my opportunity. That was the story.
Is that amazing to you sometimes when you sit back and think about it, how the dominoes fell to lead you to a professional football career?
Yeah, I'm just so thankful. It's all because my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. My faith is what's most important in my life. I know that God has ordained me and blessed me to go down this path. To use His platform. For His glory. And so I'm just thankful and blessed to be in the position that I'm in.
No matter if you play 2 years in the NFL or 20 years in the NFL, something that no one will ever be able to take away from you is that you are the first graduate of Ashley High School to play in the National Football League. What does that mean to you?
That means a lot, just being able to come from that school, to go to the NFL, it means a lot. And I just hope that I can inspire, other guys, from that school, other football players and just athletes in general, so that they can make it as well. And so I just hope that I can continue to be an inspiration to all those kids at Ashley.
Who believed in your talents before anybody else did, Alex? Who was that person that you look back and say, well, yeah, they told me I could be X, Y, or Z?
Yeah, my family, of course, they've always believed in me. But really, is my best friend, one of my best friends, Nick Hancock. He was me and him went to Charlotte together. We're still, great friends today. And so I'm just thankful for him and just the relationship, that we have. And just, he would literally be out there with me during the summer, during his last summer, before going to college. And he would be out there with me working out and taking me through drills and stuff like that. And he's always believed in me. So it's, truly one of my best friends. I'm just so thankful for him. We still have a bond today, that'll never be broken.
Did you ever have any time where you were like, I don't know if I can get there, and he picked you up?
I've had doubts before. There's definitely been doubts in my life, but he's one guy that's been constant. He's always been encouraging me and always, spoken positivity into me and knowing that I can make it.
Okay, I'm going to ask you, do you remember any of your lines from Dawson's Creek?
Crying, that's it. I can't do that, but that's all I remember is crying.
For those of you who do not know, Alex was an infant on Dawson's Creek, the show that filmed here in Wilmington for so many years. When did you learn about your star power and being on Dawson's Creek?
I can't remember. I think it was, the last time, I think it was, when I was like 8 or 9, maybe, that I remembered that my parents reminded me, I guess, that I was on that show. But I've told a lot of people, told all my teammates, and I showed them my baby pictures, and they were laughing at me. But hey, it's all right. I knew I was a star since I've been born. So it was pretty cool to see. Go back and look at those videos and see how I was a baby on there.
That is kind of cool. I mean, a lot of people do walk-on stuff, but Alex, had a little credit there at the end and everything else. That's neat. As a pro athlete, I mean, those of us who have watched you grow up know of your morals and know of your upbringing. But as a pro athlete, do you take it as a high priority to be a role model, to talk to kids about the right way to do things?
For sure. That's and once again, that's why I'm put in this position, is to use my platform for good and just to be a blessing to other people. especially to the youth, those coming behind me. And so I'm looking forward to that, just pouring into the youth, especially in Wilmington, and just, showing them, what it takes, to be successful, at whatever they want to do in their life.
We hope that you have a long career in the NFL, and you know that you come from a good family. Sam and Pam and Ernestine are among the best. And if they get the Sheila Evans thumbs up, that you know that they've made it. You know that, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, Alex, it's good to talk to you. Thank you for taking the time. I know you're busy. Continued success, and let's see 56 back out there on the field in 2021, okay?
You know it. Thank you, John. Thank you for having me.
A big thank you to Alex Highsmith for taking time out of his busy schedule and joining us for this week's podcast interview. If you'd like to follow Alex on social media, look for the verified accounts on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, and keep an eye out too. I'm sure a lot of writers are going to be paying attention to Alex Highsmith. They're expecting big things of the linebacker and the 2021 NFL football season in Pittsburgh. Now, before we go, I'd like to ask you a favor. Please download and subscribe to the One-on-One with John Evans podcast on whatever app you use to listen to your favorite shows. And if you would be so kind, please leave us a rating or a review. The more feedback we get from friends like you, the higher we'll be listed on the apps, the better chance we'll have of bringing in even more new listeners. I'm John Evans. Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of One-on-One.